Hvaležno pozdravljeni, sami veste, da sem se že pred časom navduševala nad dr. Huldo Clark in dajmo pogledati nekaj osnovnih informacij o njej, zato da bomo lahko lažje speljali tudi tale pogovor, tale intervju z izjemnim človekom iz Severne Irske, ki se nam bo pridružil čez nekaj trenutkov.
Dr. Hulda Clark je bila naturopatinja, avtorica in izvajalka alternativne medicine. Svoje šolanje je začela s študijem biologije v Kanadi, med drugim je študirala biofiziko in celično fiziologijo ter doktorirala iz fiziologije. Ugotovila je, da vse človeške bolezni izvirajo zaradi okužbe s paraziti. Trdila je, da se vse bolezni lahko pozdravi z uničevanjem parazitov s pomočjo šibkega električnega toka. Na podlagi svojih raziskav je razvila električno napravo Zapper, to je frekvenčni generator za ubijanje parazitov. Raziskave dr. Hulde Clark in drugih zdravnikov so nastale na podlagi odkritij in inovacij Nikole Tesla in dr. Royal Rife in so pokazale, da šibek električni tok določenih frekvenc uničuje mikroorganizme, človeku pa ne povzroča nobene škode.
Danes bomo torej govorili o Zapperju. Zapper, ki je pravzaprav elektronska naprava, narejena po načrtih dr. Hulde Clark, in v naši družbi je pravzaprav Piotr Vilinski iz Severne Irske. Hello, welcome.
Hello everyone, hello Slovenia.
Well, greetings to Slovenia. You are now still in northern Ireland, right?
Yes, basically I'm here from the last few years, so I'm originally from Poland, but my situation has changed every time, and then we just decided to just move to the other country. So we just know it here, and then we just enjoy the typical Irish weather.
So Piotr, are the parasites the problem of the modern world as well?
I think the problem was not just only from the present time, but we had this problem from long time. But we were just aware about the parasites maybe from the last century, how they really affect our human body. And then it's not even about the human body, what we come talking about as well, about the mental health as well too. And the parasites could be anything. What we talk about, the viruses, or we talking about the bacteria, or like a multi-star parasites, like a tapeworm or fluke, and so on. And also is a kind of like a mold or a fungus. This really affects us because whenever we have a lot of parasites, they produce a lot of toxin, and as well they take off our nutrition. So our side life starts to be worse, and then we sometimes don't know why, and where maybe some kind of the disease we have, and we don't know why this happened. And then we try to find a solution. We go to the doctor. We try to get some tests, and then actually nothing show up. So some people simply try to looking by their own way. As we say, they think there must be the other solution to find out what is wrong with the body.
What kind of therapy device did Dr. Hulda Clark invented? We have it over here.
Yes, that's a simple device that's called a Zapper. And the Zapper, she designed, actually her son helped her to design this. He had a bit more knowledge about the electronics. This happened actually, like everything in the life, just by accident. Just she don't really realize, how the things may works. She basically on the start she using device that's actually some people just using like a frequency generator, and she used this device to eliminate one single pathogen. So the one time she just turned this offset to 100% positive and frequency wave to the square wave. And then whenever she was after she did the treatment, whenever she was looking for this pathogen using this cytometer, she don't see this pathogen, but also then many others. So basically, she started to tune this device to the frequency to reach the best results. And then by this way, she thought anything between 20 kilohertz to the 40 kilohertz works the best for zapping. And from the moment, she thinking it would be good to share this knowledge, share this idea to the people, to let them know that simply device can simply remove the pathogens from our body. So that was a big wow. And then we think it's only Dr. Clark design working about this kind of things, but also was many independent science and doctors who was trying to develop such a kind of things. Was Bob Beck's, Raymond Rifle. So actually this technology was developed from long time, and then there's actually people was interesting why such a frequency can affect the pathogens. The thing is just let me start from this point. If we looking at the Bible and then we know the first word was just something was happened was a word, okay? The first was a word, okay? So that means that was a sound. The sound is a vibration, and then vibration is actually can resonate with everything what we have on this planet and the universe. So if we just organism, they have like a own bandwidth. So let's explain you this way. If you have like a radio station, okay, and then you want to just listen to music, and then you start to tune your radio, the old one, no digital one. You just start to hear a bit of noise of the radio station, and then you just turn it, and then the sound start to be very sharp. And then whenever you turn a bit more, the noise start to be not the same. It start to be very noisy in the background. So everything in the universe have like a own bandwidth, and then whenever we know what's the bandwidth of the pathogens we have, we can tune this and we can resonate with this by sending this frequency and destroy the pathogen. But that actually works for each pathogen. If we're talking about the Zapper, we have like a range, full spectrum of the different bandwidths of many different kind of the pathogens. So let's really say if we have like a very tiny organism like a viruses to a slightly bigger organisms like tapeworm, or as we say fluke or something like that, and how we know we can destroy this by this frequency? There was a few independent laboratory just prove it. There's even a few shows on the YouTube. You can even just see how this looks like. Simply the membrane of the organism is simply destroyed. So, or even we can say the other way, we slightly harm this pathogen, so that the body have a more chance to destroy, to eliminate this, to whip this out from our body. And the people sometimes ask, does not really affect our cells, our organs, you know, how this works with our bacteria, our even the blood, right? The question is very simple. The thing is, our body, our cells are joined together with like a cluster of things, you know. So really, we will have to need a very high output, very high frequency to be destroyed. This. So there's one thing. The other thing is our body is charging positive. Our cells actually attract nutrition from the bloodstream, as we say this way, okay. But if we're talking about the pathogens, the membranes is charged negative. So what we have in the Zapper, produces a square wave, okay, so it's very important, a very fast pulsing. Then our Zapper produces a 30 kilohertz, so that's 30,000 pulses per second. It's very fast. So this frequency actually is the main key, but it's not only. The main key as well is a positive offset. The positive offset is meaning only the half of the wave. The positive wave is using for working with the Zapper. So positive offset is mean because it is charging positive, attracted the negative things. So it's like we have a parasite, everything was anemic, have a negative charge, and then pulling out, let me say this way, from the place where they are, and then all was we doing the rest. This is simply frequency. Then the organism start to get like something like a shake, start to be renosate. Imagine yourself if you have very good sinner, and then this sinner can destroy the glass by simply using the voice. So that was what we call Renaissance. We can destroy these small, tiny things.
So Zapper is really a bioresonance product.
Yes, that was a bioresonance product. Yes, yes. And that was very, very simple. There is not any other frequency with it. The 30 kilohertz is the most powerful and most universal frequency what we can use very, very safely. We're talking about the human body. The human body, in the Hulda Clark protocol, in her book, because her book, The Cure of All Disease, I think everybody should read and should know. There's a lot of knowledge there. She say the human body frequency range is everything between 1.5 megahertz to 9.5 megahertz. So 30 kilohertz do no any harm, but that's actually what she invented, and then she let know the people, let know the people our own self, and then she started.
Is it safe? Can children use it? The Zapper? Because we have many children with parasites, you know.
Yes, actually, that's a very, very good question. There is just only a few things when we maybe not should use the Zapper, because we're talking about the Hulda Clark protocol, so actually it's not just my knowledge, it's not somebody else's knowledge. We're talking about her knowledge, and then what she developed and what she find. What she find, she not really never practiced unless very, very small children. I'm talking about the babies, so let's say maybe up to 1 year old, we're not using this. But my son, when he was 4 years old, he was always with a Zapper, and he was always very enjoyed with this. But we're talking maybe more about the people who should not use the Zapper. I already say the people who have epilepsy, maybe who is the pregnant woman should not use the Zapper as well. And the people who have like a terminal problems, as we say, like a terminal cancers. You have to be very, very clear with this. Whenever we're using the Zapper, this is what the Zapper do, is killing all pathogens in our body. And then after that, we have something what's called a die-off effect, Hertz effect. So imagine yourself, if you are taking the antibiotics, your body starts to be very, very weak. Why? Because a lot of things is dying in your body. But I'm not talking this. Antibiotics actually is not directed. It's just kill all spectrum of the bacteria, for example. Yes. But the Zapper kill only the pathogens we have, and then these pathogens release the toxins. And the toxins need a time, our body need a time to flush out, to remove from our bloodstream, through the liver, through the kidneys. So by this way, we start to be, we have to be very aware to be doing this step by step. And if a person is very, very ill, she should start doing this slowly. Because Hulda Clark, she clearly say, that Zapper is for everybody. Everybody could use the Zapper. But in my opinion, and because people searching this kind of the devices, and they have like their own experience with use these devices. Some people, for example, like to use a Zapper for longer, maybe use them for 10, maybe 15 minutes. That is fine. But on the start, I think we should always go through the hair protocol, because this is very, very valuable.
Can I ask you something? When we use the Zapper, I heard that many people use it when they have like depressions or other mental health issues. And when they use the Zapper in time, they're like, okay. Can, with the depression and things like that, can the parasites be the problem, the real cause?
Yes, we can focus about this as well. If we speak with our doctor, and doctor can find any solution, and when we decide, to go into their own health program. Because the Zapper is still like an experimental device, okay? So there is not really approvable by any organization who have like a notion of having drugs, for example, right? So the people who use the Zapper, I have experience for people who send me some of the feedback, is that the depression, the problem with the mental health, is sometimes will disappear for forever. And why this happen? I think it's because, for example, like we have like a wee tiny molds, as we call candida. Okay, a candida develop a lot of the neurotoxins. So the neurotoxin comes through the bloodstream and may affect our our mental side life. So that's maybe cause of maybe problem with sleeps. Even the children, for example, who have like parasites, they wake up in the nights and then they couldn't sleep, and they start to be very, very nervous in the morning. So the parents think that maybe that's a problem, of the mental things. They looking for this issue, but then sometimes maybe the parasites, because the parasites like to be more active during the nighttime. They like to be reproductive in the nighttime. So we should focus about this as well. And then again, the Zapper can destroy them, 10 parasites, can destroy and eliminate them. But what we have to know about this, because in her protocol, yes, we using the Zapper, but as well we have to clean out our body. So that's very important to get to good nutrition, good side life, and good fresh water, because that's help us to eliminate this. We have to know the nature is very, very simple and very, very basic. The nature destroy, let's say, there's nothing to destroy. It's simply energy flow from the one things to the other things. So let's explain this way. If you have very, very weak body, there's no energy in this body, as actually the nature think, okay, there's a time where we can just break down this. So the sand, the thousand, of microbes, minor microbes, to simply to break down this. So by this way, the nature is simple. They eliminated, maybe we say eliminated, but the energy has to be flow. The person who have a high level of the energy, so that this person is very, very, very healthy. So if you're talking about the Zapper, and then Zapper remove all the parasites may come back by the way if we're not flushing out the body from the toxins, from if we're not giving the body good nutrition. So the holistic approach, to this method is very, very important, because in the one time, we want to use destroy them pathogens with the Zapper very, very easy. But if sometimes the people say, okay, why disease sometimes come back? I always say that you focus about your side life, that you change something in your diet, did you flush out your body from the toxins? Because things like heavy metals, for example, we have actually these heavy metals everywhere. We have toxins in our food, in our water. It's very, very hard to remove this really from these things, from the things we use every day. But if we focus maybe on the change in the diet, eating more organic food, for example, people are starting to be very, very aware about this new style of life, and we should go forward. We should follow them. So the Zapper is a miracle, is a perfect solution. It's really help, but we have to just approach holistic way. We have to just do everything together to get back to the good standard life. That was what we want. That was the need. So if we're talking about the Zapper, if we're talking about the frequency. How many times we know about this, something like a TENS machines, okay? The TENS machine was stimulating our nerves to muscle spasm.
So can you tell us what happens when we turn on the device and put these metal sticks into our hands?
Yes, basically, you're talking about the handholds. You just connect and have handholds by the alligator clips you have coming with the wires, and then you connect this wire to the device. Whenever you keep on this handholds in your hands, you turn the device on. But basically, the electric current just flows through your body. As we say, from the one hand to the other hand. Doesn't matter which hand you keep on, the positive or negative. It simply is all about the frequency. The frequency is the main thing. And then, if you're talking about the voltage, what voltage you pass through your body, is something between 3 to 4 volts. So it's a very, very low current. There's no harm using a 9-volt battery. So this actually is very, very safe for a human body. So this frequency, what I say, destroy them pathogens, and then that's what you have to do. Just keep them in the handholds for 7 minutes. Be calm. Just be your side. Try to take a, all right?
So who would you recommend this device the most, the Zapper?
I think the people who have like a long-term problems, and also like a perfection, just like a, for example, with things, because we can have a hidden enemy in our body. So everybody, I think, should use a Zapper maybe a few times a year if they have a good health. But the people who have a long-term disease, and then when they try and get other way to cure this, they should try using this.
So thank you very much for producing this great fractal solution Zapper for us, and we are very, very inspired to have it here in Slovenia.
Thank you very much. Thank you for our talk, and wish all the best and always good health to everybody.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Torej, Piotr Evelinski, ki se nam je javil iz Irske, pravzaprav nam je približal napravo Zapper, ki je tako izjemno vsestranska. Gre za napravo, ki je narejena po protokolu dr. Hulde Clark, in moram reči, da me je presenetila ta stvar že kar nekaj časa nazaj. Priznam, da sem imela tudi sama to izkušnjo, da sem na potovanju v Maroko dobila neke take parazite, in sem imela kar težav, ko sem prišla domov in me je bilo sram. Sploh nobenemu nisem povedala, da imam gliste. In nisem vedela, kaj naj naredim, vse karkoli sem gledala, mi je bilo tako dolgotrajno in jaz sem hotela, da se to takoj neha. In potem sem našla Zapper in pravzaprav v 3 dneh sem z Zapperjem rešila to zadevo in po protokolu dr. Hulde Clark sem to izvajala, in sicer tako, da sem ga prižgala, sem imela 7 minut v rokah, sem dala za 20 minut stran in potem to še 2-krat ponovila. In moram reči, da sem navdušena nad tem, da obstajajo tudi take stvari, kjer dejansko ni vključeno nobeno farmakološko kot tako zdravljenje, oziroma nisem rabila nekih tablet ali pa karkoli, tega je tako in tako že preveč.